Thank you so much for finding me on Instagram. This is my first IGTV on my page. I can't wait to share my story with you. But before I begin, I just want to give a disclaimer. It may be somewhat emotional and triggering. So I just wanted to let you know, I'm trying hard not to make it too long. It's my first one. I'm trying to make it short, so I'll see how I go along. So guys, many of you may know me as Bella, the networking guru, the famous networking speaker and guru. But I want to share a personal story with you on Instagram. And I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but the time for me feels right now. And my grandmother, she always says to me, it's always the right time. Things happen at the right time. And I totally agree. So I want to share with you my story being diagnosed with bipolar and living an entrepreneurial life with a mental health illness and being fabulous at the same time. So the reason I wanted to record this IGTV, there has been a lot of articles, blogs happening in the media right now on the news regarding Kanye West. I do not want to give my feedback on the political issues and the rants he's having on Twitter. That's not what I want to give some positive feedback on. The positive feedback and my commentary on this and sharing my story is, I think what's happening right now is absolutely positive. I think it's amazing. Why? There are so many people living with a mental health illness. Not only living with a mental health illness, everybody has mental health challenges and goes through stress. I'm diagnosed with bipolar and I hid it from my network for over 10 years. I was not comfortable talking about it. And to be honest with you, during those years, mental health was a big taboo. It wasn't something to talk about. It took me maybe 2 years of planning with my mentor who helped me to convince me, Bella, you are a wonderful speaker. Use your voice, share your story, and you can create awareness of mental health. And that's what I decided to do. This announcement is somewhat delayed because I wanted to talk about this and share my story a bit more during Mental Health Awareness Week. But to be honest with you, I'm human. And as much as I'm talented in my work as a speaker, during that week of mental health awareness, I was really unwell. I was suffering from severe depression. I literally couldn't get out of bed for over 4 to 5 weeks. And my nature, I'm quite a hard worker. My brand is so important to me. And sometimes when I work, it's almost like military style, and I can be a perfectionist. During that time, I had my campaign ready. I had my marketing artwork, website, everything ready. And being a perfectionist, it held me back. And other contributing stress added to my depression. So I wasn't able to do that. It really helped and motivated me when I heard and saw what Kanye West is going through. As somebody diagnosed with bipolar and living with bipolar, I know and can feel what Kanye West is going through. The first thing I want to say is we need to give more and we need to be more compassionate with people, anybody who's going through mental health. And I really want to reduce the perception that because we see celebrities or Instagram models or an artist who is going through mental health, we sometimes shut it away. A celebrity is just like every other person. Everybody goes through stress. And when we are going through stress, it can be just an everyday thing. Stress is something that is a really great emotion because it gives you an indication how you're feeling. Stress is there to also communicate to us something is not going right. Now, when mental health becomes a problem is when the stress escalates, maybe into anxiety, maybe into panic attacks or depression. I decided to become a speaker and I tested a few keynote engagements and I had some really great clients like Santander Bank. I did a co-working keynote engagement in Barking. And one of the things I wanted to do to learn more about my illness and diagnosis is I did a course on mental health awareness. It's actually here, level course, just in case you're interested and want to get more information. So one of the things I want to just say about bipolar, because in the media, I think on one side it's creating a negative opinion on bipolar and mental health, maybe because of Kanye West's personality. But I want to give you maybe some highlights of my story. And if you want to learn more about my story, you can go to YouTube and I'm uploading videos and tips and motivational examples of my keynote speaker engagements. But also you can visit my website, Rareworld.bipolar.com. Being diagnosed with bipolar and a mental health, there's so many different angles to that. And in the media, it is portraying some negative aspects, but some media are really highlighting the positive aspects. Because I think Kanye West is actually giving us a blessing. He's creating awareness of bipolar. Living with bipolar and being diagnosed with bipolar is a serious illness. I'm trying so hard to keep myself together and maybe not cry or weep, so do bear with me. Everybody that's diagnosed with bipolar has a different type of symptoms. In my case, the way bipolar affects me is I have more depression than high. Bipolar was originally defined as manic depressive, and typically most individuals with bipolar will have highs and lows. The highs are the manic, maybe what you're seeing with Kanye West. I myself experienced those high manic. You feel so energized. You come up with so much ideas. You're super creative. You don't want to sleep. And your mind and your life is going at 200 miles per hour. In my case, I do not experience a lot of manics. But what I do experience, which is a huge challenge and toll on my life, is chronic depression. My depression can get so bad that I lose my confidence. I don't want to get out of bed. It feels like life has no worth of living. I totally lose my memory as well. I forget who I was. So if you told me, Bella, you're the networking guru, you were the girl that sat in the House of Lords, Houses of Parliament, giving a keynote engagement to Lord Billimore. If you told me you're the girl that's the networking lecturer, I wouldn't believe you and I wouldn't have the confidence. Sometimes my bipolar can get so bad, my memory goes that it's difficult for me to work. For example, it affects my intelligence and intellect, that sometimes I make stupid spelling mistakes. Would you believe I make spelling mistakes how to spell the word speaker? I've done that on social media. I've done that in an email. And it can affect me in other ways. For example, cooking. When you're depressed, and I'm sure maybe some of you might have experienced this, you haven't got the energy to do anything. And also cooking and eating, you don't want to eat. That's why, if you think back to maybe when you're having a bad day, what might you reach for? Chocolate, sweets. Or if you're a savoury person, maybe popcorn, crisps. All those bad foods that are not good for you, pastries. I'm put my hand up. I'm a very sweet. I'm the Haribo. Sometimes I like chocolates, but I'm Haribo. There would be weeks that goes on then I wouldn't cook. I would just eat sweets just because it makes you feel better. The sugar is a magical ingredient that gives you that makes you feel better. But also my memory is affected with cooking. I love cooking. And when I'm depressed, my memory goes that, let me ask you this question so you can understand this in a different content. When you have breakfast or you're cooking a breakfast for friends, family or loved one, how do you like your eggs? Most people might like their eggs scrambled, poached, boiled. I love eggs in the morning. When I'm going through that depression, I lose my memory so much that I don't even remember how to cook an egg. It's so easy to think that that person's crazy, what's wrong with her, but I want to do this video to promote awareness of mental health, that it is a serious illness. And if you have a friend or family member and they are going through a bad time, please be a bit more compassionate with them, because it can be really suffering. I wanted to reflect back on celebrities and public people who you think that they may be living a glamorous life. And my grandfather, who has passed away, one of the great talents, he taught me so many things, but one of the biggest talents he always taught me, and it helped me as a networking guru, to treat everybody the same. Everybody's the same. And I'm not just talking about race, colour. I'm talking about wealth, social status, where you live. All of us are the same. And there's only one person that can judge you. I'm not a big spiritual person, but there's a higher being that can judge you. So it doesn't matter how much money you have, where you live, we are all the same. And mental health has no bearing on wealth, where you live, academic status, how many degrees, skills you have. It can affect everyone. So when you look at celebrities and you think, oh, they're having a good time, why are they going through that? They are experiencing something that all of us suffer. And I just wanted to share something with you. This is part 2 of my IGTV announcement. Guys, I'm so sorry about that. My battery went on my iPhone, and to be honest, it came at a right time because I was actually getting a little bit tearful. Yes, I am a professional keynote speaker, but for some reason, Instagram isn't my favorite social media platform. I'm learning it, and I think I was just being so natural, and I really couldn't control my tears. So, to continue where I left off, yes, I am, just like Kanye West, I am diagnosed with bipolar, which is a mental health illness. One of the things I would like to do using my platform, and I wonder if you can help me, I would like to go into schools, colleges, and universities and share my story with young people because young people are the future, and I really don't think there's enough mental health awareness. And if you are a parent, godmother, auntie, uncle, and you would like to get in touch with me, please visit my website, BellaRareworldBipolar.com, because that is one of my dreams, to share my story as a speaker to young people so they can have a positive, maybe fun environment to really understand what mental health is, should they experience some of these symptoms in their life, with an advantage being aware what some of the mental health symptoms may be from a young age. So, to continue where I left off, I was talking to you about other celebrities that also have had mental health issues, mental health challenges, and an article online from harpersbazaar.com. They did a really, really great article about 39 celebrities who have opened up about their mental health. And I'll leave the link in my Instagram post. So, to share some of the names that we do know who have suffered with anxiety and depression and other forms of mental health. Adele has been very open about her depression, sharing she really had bad postpartum depression after she had her son. Also, Chrissy Teigen, who is John Legend's wife, she has also had experiences with mental health. And we all know the Queen Bee, Beyonce. Many people may not be aware she suffered depression when there was a lot of media negative speculation when Destiny Child first changed their members. And you can go online and find out information about her. And within Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams, she has suffered from depression and openly shared when she was recently admitted into hospital. Kendall Jenner from the Kardashians, she has had long-term challenges with anxiety. And I remember seeing an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Her anxiety was so bad at one point, she couldn't get on a plane. And she was literally asking her mother, Kris Jenner, to actually come to the airport and help her because she could not get on this plane. Did you know that Demi Lovato has and is diagnosed with bipolar? She has a fantastic documentary on YouTube, and I really urge you to check out that video as it's really inspiring. So, guys, thank you so much for listening and hearing my stories. I really want to continue to share my story. I'm a big believer that together we can reduce the stigma about mental health and create mental health positive awareness. I really just want to communicate the importance that all of us are going through stress. All of us have mental health. It does not mean you have a mental health illness. I want to also communicate that if you are feeling triggered in any way by my sharings and or you have had any mental health challenges recently and need to seek help, please do in your first instance get in touch with your GP. If you're unable to do that, there are so many organizations you can talk to. Just head over to Google, search mental health support in your local area. There are free telephone numbers, there are charities in your area that you can speak with. I do have a website if you would like more information about my work as a motivational speaker on mental health. Please visit my website, Rareworld, bipolar.com. If you want to reach out to me, send me an email, get in contact with me by telephone or text. I have a wonderful marketing team that are supporting me and helping me, reading through my emails, replying to comments, so your questions will get answered. And you can find me on all social media platforms searching Bipolar Speaker. Guys, take care and remember your self care.